Okay, now we'll see what is meant by context switching. Okay, context switching, or you can say storing the context or saving the context and restoring the context. Okay, हा कन्सेप्ट आता आपण बघूया. हा इंटरप्टशी निगडीत आहे. ओके, सो यू नो दॅट व्हॉट इज मीन बाय interrupt. Okay, you have studied this in a 885 as well as the 8051. Now here also the interrupts are there in ARM processor. Okay, in ARM processor, of course, you have seen in my earlier videos that there are the two types of interrupts possible. One is the FIQ type and the IRQ type. Of course, these are the also known as an modes of a ARM processor. Okay, now these are basically the external interrupts. Okay, they are coming from the outside, and we know that at what time they will come. It is unpredictable. So at any random time the external interrupt may arrive. We cannot have any idea about that. Okay, now how it works, see that what is meant by saving the context and restoring the context. Now what is meant by context, that we will see. Now normally whenever the processor is working its main program, okay, suppose this is the main program, the execution of a main program is going on, okay, like this, and it is using some local registers like this. Okay, it is using R1, R8, suppose it is using R9 from the data registers. Okay, it is using any flag related register, suppose PSW. Of course, this is available in a 885 or 8051. Okay, so main programming is in some of the important registers over here. Suppose suddenly the execution of the main programming is going on. At this particular time the external interrupt arrives. Now whenever the external interrupt arrives, by default what the processor will do is that it will store the next instruction address on a stack. It will store that next instruction address on a stack automatically. Okay, and then it will take a jump to the ISR, interrupt service routine, and it will start executing the ISR here. Okay, once it will finish some of the instructions from the ISR, it will finish here. At the end, of course, we know that there are some instructions available, RETI in 8051. Okay, like return or return from the interrupt, these instructions are available. Once the processor or the controller is executing these instructions, automatically the controller will come to know that what is the return addresses or where to go back. So automatically once this is executed, the processor will or the controller will come back to the original location from where it has been interrupted, and it will start executing the main program. So this is how the interrupt works. Okay, now this is how your ISR routine means. These are the instructions from interrupt service routine, ISR. Okay, now what is meant by context saving? Now whenever the main programming is executing or execution of the main programming is going on, some important data is available in a R1, maybe in a R8, maybe in a R9. It is having some status word information which is very important. Okay, so along with the next address, these register information also we need to save on a stack. Okay, we need to save on a stack. So the good programmers, what they are doing is that whenever they write ISR, at the beginning of ISR, okay, they will write like this, okay, push PSW, push R9, okay, then push R8, push R1, like this. Means all these information, all these register information is also stored on a stack. This is what it is called as, okay. At the beginning of ISR, first of all these register information we need to save on a stack, and this process, saving this additional registers, important register information on a stack, is called as saving the context. Now, this information is very important, because whenever you are coming back to the main program, again the programmer should know that which are the earlier contents of the R1, R8, R9, because it is possible that in the ISR also the processor or a controller may use R1, R8, R9. So automatically the earlier information available in R1, R8, R9, that may get vanished or that may get overwritten. So you are losing the earlier information. So to get the earlier information back to the main program, this is very essential to save on a stack. Now saving these all important information like PSW, R9, R8, R1 on a stack is called as saving the context. And whenever you are coming back to the main program, before coming back you have to of course read this information. So you have to pop R8, okay, and then the pop suppose R1, then the pop PSW, like this. So you have to read that information once again. You have to pop that information from the stack. This is called as restoring the context. This is called as restoring the context. Okay, so this is very important concept which is to be available, okay, and one has to think about it. This is of course this information is required whenever we will be looking more details on the RTOS, real-time operating system. Now in a ARM processor, we know that whenever the particularly in a whenever the processor is working in a user mode, whenever the processor is working in user mode, and suppose FIQ kind of a interrupt occurs, then what will happen is that processor will take a jump, or it will change its mode from user to FIQ, okay. And in FIQ I told you that there are some additional 5 registers are there: R8, R9, R10, R11 and R12. These additional 5 registers are there which are directly available in FIQ, called as banked registers, okay. You refer my earlier video so that you will come to know that. Now whenever the processor is changing its mode, from user to FIQ, of course whenever the FIQ kind of a interrupt occurs, okay, so that what will happen is that the R8 information from the user is automatically copied into the R8 from the FIQ. R9 information from the user is automatically copied into the R9 of FIQ, like this R8, R10, R11 and the R12. All these information, register information, is automatically copied into the corresponding FIQ registers. Now this is nothing but the saving the context. See here, whenever the programmer has to, of course in earlier controllers or the processors, the programmer has to write the instructions here: push PSW, push R9, push R8, push R1, like this, as well as he has to write pop R8, pop R1, pop PSW. Okay, now every time whenever you are writing these instructions from the programmer side, the processor will take some time for the execution. So every instruction is having, or every instruction requires some time for the execution purpose. So execution of all these instructions, it will take certain time. for the processor. Again, for the executing of these all instructions, again the processor will take certain time. Okay, so automatically this is to be delayed. Okay, some sort of there will be any delay gets added to start the exact working of an ISR. Maybe the first instruction of a ISR is available here. So see that the interrupt has been occurred here, then the processor will take certain time to save the context, okay, and then it will start executing the first instruction from the ISR. So automatically this much amount is gets delayed. Okay, this much, after this much amount it will start executing. Again, while coming back, this will take certain time to come back to the main program. So this time has been saved here automatically. This time has been saved here. Okay, so automatically the R8 information will be copied, R9, R10, all these information will be copied at the same time instantly. Okay, so that saves the time. That saves the time. So this is of course basically the saving the context kind of a thing. This is called as a saving the context kind of a thing. Okay, and whenever of course the processor will come back from the FIQ mode to the user mode, from FIQ mode to user mode, automatically these all register informations will be again stored back to their original registers. Okay, this is restoring the context. Okay, so this concept is of course related with the saving the time purpose. Okay, and whenever the processor is saving its time, automatically the overall speed of the operation improves. The speed of operation improves, the performance of the processor will improve. Okay, and this is what the basic one of the philosophies behind designing the ARM processor as such, to make the ARM processor especially for the embedded applications. Okay, so three concepts were important. The ARM has been designed, it should fast, then it will save the power, means low power. Okay, low power device. Okay, this is very important. It should be very fast and it should be a compact. This should be a compact, means size. So size, power and the speed. Size, power and the speed. So these three concepts are there: size, power and speed. Okay, speed should be very high, size should be as small as possible, and then the power should be as small as possible. So these are the three important concepts while considered while designing the ARM processor. So this is of course nothing but that the saving the context and the restoring the context information. Okay, so I hope that this will clear your concept or a doubt. Okay, one of the doubts possible. Okay, thank you.